Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. No, I haven't got my microphone fixed yet. Today is July 22nd of 2025. It's Tuesday. It's 79 degrees Fahrenheit or 26 degrees Celsius at 10 a.m. I have to get Mr. Clock going because tomorrow's the Children's Corner every fourth Wednesday of the month. So we're going to prune and repot a willow tree. We're going to use Ted's mix. So here's the willow. And willows love water. So if you're going to keep a willow as a bonsai, you have to let it sit in water. I have it sitting sometimes up to here in water. So here's the willow, how it looks. So you're going to say, Tom, you can't do this now. I can do it. I'm going to do it. So we're going to go from there. So this piece of branch looks dead, but it's still green over here. So we're going to cut it back to, we're going to just cut this off. Let me get my needle nose here so we can keep this all as a good big trunk. Take that off. And then, because you know nothing cuts wood like ironwood, then we're going to use our other pruners, and we're just going to cut it back to here. We don't want it to grow it any taller yet. This one back to here, that'll bud back. It'll bud back, so don't worry. I have enough cuttings. I have lots of willows. I can get plenty of cuttings. So let's take it out of the pot and let's see what we got. We're going to reuse this pot again because we want to keep this small. And I don't know if this is moss or what's growing on there, so we're going to have to take all this gunk off because this is really, really in there. This is really, 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 really in there. I'm using my steak fork because these roots are so compacted in there, it's not even funny. I probably should have repotted this twice. But you can see how the roots are growing. They're even growing out of the soil and going into the water because this was in the waterfall part. So let's see how we can get this all apart here. And you really got to be fierce on this one because this is like it's in a solid block of stone, so to say. That's what it feels like. So I'm just going to take all this conglomerate off here, whatever this stuff is. The moss, this is the string moss that grows in water with the sun. So we're really getting it off. I'm gonna put it in here. Let's get our gallon jug. And you say you can't do our bonsai with arthritis? My hand's swollen. I'm still doing it. So don't give me that, oh, I got arthritis, I can't do it. You got to keep moving. You don't keep moving, you ain't going to get nothing done. So, right now, let's get this down. I'm going to see if I can get this out. Because I just used the old fish water sometimes to do this, so it does smell. So this does not want to come out. And this steak knife is about the best thing I can do to wiggle all this out. And looking at this, you can see I got a piece here that's just out. So let's get in there. And it flew I don't know where. It flew to I don't know where. So just getting all these roots out there. This is tough as you wouldn't believe. I'm using a steak fork because I know a lot of people can't afford to buy root hooks and stuff. So this is an easier way to do it. You can probably get this at the thrift store cheap. Or the Dollar Tree, but make sure it's steel and it's tough and it's hard. It's not those ones that you use it and everything bends. It's got to be a good steel steak fork. So we're really, really digging into this. Really digging into this. Let me get this out of your way. That's all I'm doing is digging out these roots. Pulling it out, pulling it out. Hold on to it, pull it out, pull it out. Yeah, so what if it hurts a little bit, but I gotta do it. You know, you can't get nothing done unless you know, if you baby yourself, I don't know, you just, you feel sorry for yourself, and then sure, the pains are going to keep coming back because you keep thinking about it. The more you don't think about it and you keep your mind busy, that's the best way to do it. Same thing with arthritis. Gotta keep busy. If it hurts too much, then I don't do it. You know, there was days when it was swollen worse and I couldn't bend it much, so it's getting better because I'm drinking a lot of water and trying to fast a little bit to get rid of this stuff. But nothing we can do right now except just work with what you got. The hand hurts, it hurts. Take the pain away by not thinking about it. There, got this good and washed. Something like that. Now I don't have stop on this thing where I can stop and re-rinse the roots. You're going to see exactly what I'm doing. There we go. Now all we're going to do is we're going to get my root scissors and just cut these roots back, because they will grow back. The trick is you got to put it in water. There we go. Something like that. Just cut it back. Get it going. It's got a lot of nice feeder roots in here. You can see how the roots are starting to make a nice root flare. Let me see if I can twirl it around on camera so you can see it better. No, I don't have no fancy cameras. I don't have nothing that tells you to stop and then you can pause it and you can rewash it and all that other good stuff. I don't do that. I do take my spray bottle and we'll get it rinsed off the best we can. And all that was perlite and soil. That's all the soil was. And willows are very, very good to use as a bonsai. So I'll put that into the water. And then this hole in here, let me wipe my hands. I'm just going to take a little bit of unmilled sphagnum moss for the bottom here. And we're going to get Mr. Elephant to water it in real good. Mr. Elephant says hello to all the kitties out there. Anna E. and Michelle and Junior. Mr. Elephant says hello. How you doing? And to all the other little kitties out there. I lost all my list of all the kids. Oh no, we got Freddie, Maya, Emily, and Theodore also on Mr. Elephant's list up there. I have to show it to you. Mr. Elephant has his list up there. We got Freddie, Maya, Emily, Theodore. Now we have Anna E., Michelle, and Junior. I have to add their names on there. So, now that we got this in there, let's open up Ted's mix. And I gotta clean this today, and I gotta clean some fish tanks today. So I'll be busy because I got to set up for the children's corner tomorrow. So I got to have something real nice. Something to do. There. Now we're just going to put this on the top like that. Put Ted's mix in. Just like that. Put that there. We'll get, where did my chopstick go? It went to Kokomo. There it is on the floor. I knew I was stepping on something. I got my Sherlock Holmes hat on today, because today is detective night. We can listen to a good old-time radio show with Sherlock Holmes, with Nigel Bruce and Basil Rathbone. Or you can put on a good Sherlock Holmes with Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce, or Jeremy Brett. He played also another good Sherlock Holmes. Whatever one you want to watch. Let's get that in there real good. Just like that. Get some more soil in there. There we go. Willows are very good, but the trick is you gotta let them sit in water. Now, I don't know if I have a dish that I can show you. I got something here. Yep, no hole in it, so let me dump this out. That's all dumping there. Will this pot fit in here? Yeah, I'll show you what I'm going to do. Let's get everything watered in. I'll get Mr. Elephant. Now you really don't have to use any of the Azus or Micus, any beneficial bacteria, because willows are pretty good, and with all the soil we got on here and this the way it was sitting in all that murky water in the waterfall, it really has its own beneficial bacteria there. So we got this like this. I'm going to press it in, press it in, press it in, just like that. Just press it in. And then we'll give it a little bit of a top dressing. I got my old t-shirt as a rag. Because I got to remember not to wipe my pants on the children's corner, because the moms and dads will get a little bit upset. Let's see what I got here. We got our 2 parts core and 1 part number 2 chicken grit. Or, yeah, I think we can use that just for the top. There's Mr. Spoon. And just add a little bit of a top dressing to it. There we go. Just like that. Cover it up. There. Okay. And there you have it. You can see how wet it gets, and then with the dish, what do I do with the dish? This I got to dump outside, same thing with the water here. So all we do is get Mr. Elephant, he'll fill up the dish. Then I'm going to give the dish halfway up, because this is sitting in there. And then I'm just going to let it sit all the way to the top. You can see how I got it all the way to the top. And that's the way it's going to sit. I'll put it outside towards the evening, and that way there it'll sit inside. Right now I'm going to let it just sit in water so it can heal itself. And we go from there. It'll heal. It will grow. I have the utmost confidence in her, or him, that it'll grow. And then we're just going to take a little bit of our lipstick, the fancy lipstick my sister got me from I don't know where she got it. I don't know if it's a garage sale or what, but they were getting rid of a lot of this. And just add a little bit onto there. The fresh cuts. These are old cuts. And I can take this one back just a little bit more. Just like that. And get a little bit of lipstick on there. Just a little dab. Oh, we got roly-poly. And this is a piece that was dead, but we're still going to put a little bit of lipstick on her so it doesn't go down. And that's what you got to do with willows. You got to keep them in water. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want it to display. Yeah, but they dry. Willows love water. And if you want a willow to grow, this is what you got to do. You got to keep it in water, just like I do. And as I got it in there, you can see the dish. The water's up to here, and it's up to there. You can see how the water is with the shadow of the light, and that's how I have them sit. And these trees grow. If you're afraid to have it that much, then just have it halfway up the pot, or about, quarter of the pot sitting in the water. It's up to you, but that's what you got to do with a willow. So we'll put a tag in there when it was planted. This was a cutting, I think, from last year. So we'll put a tag in there when it was potted, and we'll see in a couple of weeks how it does, and I'll put an update on it. So it's Tuesday night, Sherlock Holmes night. Today or you can have a good detective show with I can't think now. You got Gangbusters, you got The Shadow, you got a whole bunch of good shows out there. So you take care, everybody. Put on some Sherlock Holmes tonight. That's what I'm going to listen to. Good old time radio with Sherlock Holmes and Nigel Rathbone and Nigel Bruce and Basil Rathbone. Oh my God, I can't even think of the names today. I'm so busy today. I'm thinking of doing the fish tanks yet. And I got a lot of weed pulling on my plants, so we're going to do a lot of that later. And I got that moss still growing. It's growing green. Cherry cheap. Thank you for that advice. And we'll go from there. So, you have a good day. Sherlock Holmes, cup of tea. Sit back and relax and enjoy the rest of the day. And have that cup of tea tonight with good old Sherlock Holmes. Take care, everybody.